Okay, now we're doing water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's see what's going on in your energy. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you for joining me. Now let's talk about it. Cancer. Now Cancer, there's an emotional storm and you feel unstable right now. So you're going through an emotional storm. But there's a lot of possibilities because you're free-spirited. You can do what you like. You paid you can take risk if you're free to adventure. Somebody says intimacy. Somebody they were bonding and confiding and wanted intimacy with this past life, but it was a karmic lesson, repeated pattern. See, someone had to learn this past life lesson about intimacy. In other words, about lusting under forbidden territories, non-committable sexual, lovers. Don't commit to that because with this divine masculine, someone is learning they're hopelessly sinking and falling apart because of this, because of their lusting. So give me some more on this hopelessly, and they're falling apart because they're very lustful, Cancer. You or somebody around. What's the deal with this falling apart and sinking, Spirit? Give me something on this falling apart and sinking. What's this falling apart and sinking about? Something about the Six of Cups, memories, past influences, something that vanished in childhood, past, lethargic and faded images, someone reflecting on the past to bring insight. So something about the Six of Cups, they're reflecting on what they did in the past when it came to this lusting and what they done, and now it's reflecting on the Six of Cups. What else is reflecting on this repeated pattern that because they've already done this before. And so the Death card is in reverse. Somebody was stagnant and slow and it's an ending of friendship. So friendship ended because of that. So now this person told somebody the Five of Coins, they would throw it out in the cold because this person ain't dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it. Okay, that's what I said. They wasn't dealing with it. So basically it's a past life repeated pattern. So let's go over here to Scorpio. Now Scorpio, how you doing in the dub? Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Come on now. There's a final straw breaking point. And any black magic won't work upon it. It is stopped immediately. They wanted clarity and truth. Somebody wants the clarity and truth for Scorpio. Something about something that was empty, bored, and hollow and shallow. There was a narrow path to finding it out. Somebody was sidetracked and distracted, and they were delayed because of a negative mind curse. In other words, somebody put a curse on somebody to have a negative mindset and craving and aching, and they'll be wanting something, but with this divine phenomenon. But they've been cursed with a negative mindset. See, somebody abandoned somebody and walked away. Just walked away. Someone said they had clouded judgment and they were very unbalanced with these illusions, and so they were real bitter and had some resentful words. Somebody was really bitter. I mean, they were so bitter they could have just. So that was the final straw. Okay, give me something. Why are you so bitter? Somebody was just real bitter. I mean, and shallow, and it came to a breaking point. Why was this person so bitter? Scorpio, you or somebody you're around. Why is this person so bitter? Because of the Knight of Coins in reverse. Stagnant, careless, and lack of determination and direction. Narrow-mindedness, dogness, view, idiot. Somebody had a narrow mindset. Y'all wasn't on the same page. So they were sideways to Two of Cups. Somebody wanted to being in a union and be a wedding, but it's on sideways now. Somebody sideways on the marriage here because of a Seven of Wands in the reverse. Somebody had a lot of anxiety and decisions need to be, and they made hostile and losses. They made a lot of losses. this person when they did that. They turned hostile on you, Scorpio. No, when somebody turned hostile, they went hostile on you and they got real toxic real fast. They just lost it. What I heard, they lost it. Now let's go over here to Pisces. Now Pisces, you're kind of withdrawn and you're in solitary right now. You to yourself because you're masking and pretending. Let's see, what are you pretending? What are you masking and pretending, Pisces? What are you masking and pretending? So you're masking what's something. See, under the moon, you were masking something that you have done under the moon. You've done something under the moon, and you were masking what you done. You didn't want nobody to see what you done. What did you do under this moon that you are trying to mask? That you don't want nobody to know. What did you do that you didn't want nobody to know under this moon? The towers. You didn't want nobody to know that you were causing unhappy in marriage and everything, ability to fix. You was causing towers to people. So you was over there giving people tower and they all going back to you. You didn't want nobody to know the tower has going back to you for you causing all this tower using magic, I heard. Somebody was using a lot of magic, but now they got to face the tower. So the chariot here, someone here might have a car breakdown or something, and it's unexpected loss. Something is going to be an unexpected loss, a collision, a collapse. It could be a car, or somebody got sick, or they got knocked out from all that spell work they used. It backfired. In other words, we have one day somewhere and another time somebody wanted to try it again, but they're sick. They're infected with debts and karma right now. So someone is trying to release themselves and purify and heal themselves, and they want to be better off and more happier, this person, but they were running and disappearing and becoming invisible. Somebody set boundaries and they draw the final straw with this commitment, married infidelity. Somebody just had the lost cause with this being pregnant. Somebody may have got fertilized, got pregnant behind this, either again or whatever, but somebody got pregnant or expecting a baby. So there's some sorrow and loss and grief. Somebody may have lost a baby and there's some depression going on because of that. Someone felt trapped, allegedly, or something, and tied down in a soulmate. A soulmate, they felt tied down and they wanted to reconsider in a second chance. But with the family and foundation they was wanting, but you went stone silent. You just stopped speaking. Somebody said they were spying on social network, trying to watch everything you do. There was even secret mysteries, concealing things and secrets that they didn't even tell this person. And now they wanted to come and ask for return and apology because of all the hurt and the stuff that they did to this person. In other words, somebody hurt somebody pretty bad to the point where they're not even speaking. They're not even going to speak. So let's see, what's the other message to the overall message to this? What is the message here for all of my water signs? What do my water signs need to know? What can help them? Something about rehab. Somebody's going to they're going to get stopped by the police and probably have to go to jail for over-intoxication, DRUG, because of, a traffic stop, but they be drinking and over-intoxified. So somebody may have to go to rehab because they were just overly drinking. Somebody says ER, hospital, car accident takes out everyone in the car. There may be a car allegedly that takes out everyone, so be careful. Though many may try to keep me down, I still rise. Somebody said this person will rise. It says new ideas lead to fresh opportunities. Step out in front and greet your future. It's time for you to step out in front and take chances on your future because something's going down. So we have some people may pass away, car accidents, and rehab. Somebody has to go to rehab. What else is going on here? Because your child was lying about doing these DRUGs, it was on some drugs. They were lying about it. Somebody named Haley in the past, allegedly. allegedly. It could be anybody. There's some truth's going to come out of this. This person is coming forward with the truth. Something about truths. Fake love relationship. Do not love you. Somebody says they don't love you and it was a fake relationship. A lover or love trying to poison you, so watch out. There was a love or lover that's trying to poison you, so you need to watch out. This person was mind controlled, allegedly. Your energies are high. You have high level energy. It says baby mama drama in the past. It was a lot. You are pregnant. They said somebody is pregnant, but this person is not. It's in reverse. They may have already. Someone named John in the past said an Aries, something about an Aries in the past. Someone named Lucy in the past, allegedly. Names come out, but that don't mean nothing. It says something about a plane in the past. Somebody with a 4. I still look at your pictures. Somebody says they're inexperienced or something. Somebody feels. It says my focus needs to be on my hustle. They didn't want to focus on their hustle. Because somebody is just like The Color Purple. Watch out. Somebody's just like being in the movie The Color Purple. In other words, they might be getting hurt just like the movie. Somebody was getting hurt. She's not you and never will. You're my one and only, just like that movie Color Purple. Somebody was going through it and they said they meaning that. They didn't mean it. Someone named Taylor in the past. Someone named Brittany in the past allegedly said no, but it's yes. Brittany says. It says single and happy, just period. This person's not single. The truth is going to come out about that, allegedly. Something about I want to spoil you. They didn't want to spoil you. Somebody named James in the past allegedly could have been involved. Said the earth angel in the past. Somebody says cookout. They didn't even want to invite this person on a cookout or anything. Somebody whose last name was Brown allegedly. They was apart from somebody in the past. They wasn't even around. They said it's time to go outside and walk on the ground to ground yourself. Somebody 1962 said somebody may get 30 years in jail. Somebody's going to get 30 years in jail. A Cancer loves you, just period. That's what they're saying allegedly. Something about I never told my kids I was a prostitute in my younger years in the past. Someone says back in November, it says you need to drink more water. This person started to drink more water back in November or something. Anything else I need to say here? Okay. So what's going to happen? Something about Cheryl in the past, allegedly. They says clean your energy for evil spirits were around you at the time. So you need to clean your spirits. 888, somebody was probably saying, it says someone close to you, something's going to happen that's out of your control. We don't want to go there. Let me see. Give me something on this situation. What's going to happen with this person? What's going to happen with this person going to the hospital, these people, in the car crash? What's going down with this car crash? What caused this car crash? If this happens, what really caused this car crash? Allegedly, if there's a car crash to go down, what caused this car crash? What causing this car crash if it happens? What's going to cause this car crash? Something about the boat. Somebody might take a boat. It could be a boat. They got on the boat. What about this boat? To dismembering. They got on the boat to try to dismember somebody because they had an affair in the past with somebody. Somebody wanted to dismember this person because they had an affair with this person. So this person was running away from such situation in the mountains. Somebody was running allegedly because of the fraud they were doing to people in these motels or hotels. So this was accomplice to the crime. So somebody was accomplice, either you, Cancer-Scorpio-Pisces, one of y'all, or somebody you know was accomplice to the crime and got on the road. That's why all these accidents, something about the D's got on the road to causing a lot of deaths. So trigger one allegedly of grandparents. They got on the road to try to cause a death of grandparents. What else? Okay. And this person was healing this grandparent. They were meeting up and they got mind controlled in an organization to organize a crime, and they didn't use their intuition about this fire. See, there was some fires lit here. They didn't use their intuition because these people were mind controlled. Somebody says they were telling a lot of lies on somebody, but they were mind controlled. And this person would do the crime of passion for another. So in other words, somebody's just as guilty as the other. Just because you separate, all them bodies is in on this. So who's responsible for who's in on these bodies? All these bodies. And this is a top secret. They've been taking out people, people they know. And it's a top secret. They don't want to come out what happens in the desert. They didn't want this top secret to come out about when they find all these people in the landfills, when they find, something about a landfill. What's about this money in the landfill? Who's in the landfill? Because somebody was abused and neglected in the past. So there's legal proceedings coming for that. Somebody being abused and neglected. So there's something going to happen. And they were drugged and poisoned. They drugged and poisoned somebody, or going to. Somebody's a celebrity. Something about a burial. Somebody calls it. They was going to poison this celebrity, or this celebrity was going to do it to somebody, and there was some poison and some stuff, toxic stuff. And this was because somebody owed some debts, and they owed debt, and they owed a gift. They had to give a gift. And something about in this neighborhood, and they regret this because they was in their ego. On the inside, this was a cult revenge. It's the cult wanted revenge on somebody, grandparents or something, what I heard. And so now they're going to be imprisoned. This spouse or partner that's trying to go out of space and fake their death because they're going to be a power supply. Now they want to leave town and fake their death because they know some aliens is looking, and they've been surveilling them, especially since they got married, a fake marriage, and something about a suicide they wanted to do for greed, or already did, and they traveled with some family to do it by the beach, and they strangled somebody that they were dating, allegedly a caregiver or something, and it was a phenomenon at a party there. That's what's hidden about it. They was making man-made disasters with a serial killer. So somebody was in the wooded area with a serial killer doing this, and they would do homicides and trap people and cause accidents, and then they go in the tunnel, and then they would go missing, these people next to water, allegedly. And they say they love, because they love perversion, they love perverted things, and they did in a home for some insurance frauds. They did cleanup, and they would take natural disasters here on social media, and they make sure they're alive so they can give them to the devil, allegedly. And they were jealous. This assassination was a cover-up, but justice will be served for a child. And this male here and a couple, these were all in on it. They were trying to do the wrong thing. Like, share, and subscribe.